Hey guys, DKS3A. Uh, Last time I showed off my Sega Genesis and Dreamcast collection, I said next I was going to do my Nintendo 64 collection. It's not too big again. It's a little bit bigger, but it's really not that big still. So we're going to do that. We're going to head and do my Nintendo 64 collection. So we'll get started with that. And the first game I actually did on my channel blind. Up until I did the game on my channel, I never actually played the game, and I got the cart, and now I have it in my collection because It's made by Rare when Rare was like king of Nintendo 64. It's Banjo Kazooie. Yeah, surprisingly, up until I did a game on my channel maybe about 5 years ago, I never actually played Banjo Kazooie. I didn't know the first thing about the game. I got through the game. It wasn't easy for me, but I got through it. But we did get through it, and now I have it on the cart. We got Banjo Kazooie. And then the next one probably got one of the most catchiest like title songs like ever. I don't know what it is about it. It's you play as a bee. And you're going around trying to stop evil bugs from taking over your little land. But it's Buck Bumble. I don't know. But if you haven't heard it before, listen to the Buck Bumble title theme, and it's catchy. I don't know what it is about it, but it's very catchy. Game's okay. I mean, you play as a bee. You can have different weapons and stuff like that. The object is to clear the bugs of trying to take over your land. So some kind of you live some kind of they live some kind of close to the chemical thing, and chemicals took them over. So I don't know. Next one, big collectathon, also made by Rare. Big collectathon. Unless you know what you're doing, you may never get 100% on this game. Well, yeah, you will. It might take you a while, but it's Donkey Kong 64. It's Dinky Gang, but yeah, it's a big collectathon. And not only do you have Donkey Kong, you got Diddy Kong, you got Tiny Kong, you got Lanky Kong, you got Chunky Kong. You have all these Kongs you have to get all these collectibles for. So it's not just for Donkey Kong, it's for five. So it's 5 times the collectibles. But yeah, it's still a fun game. It's just a huge collectathon. Probably one of the biggest collectathons there is. Yeah, so. And the last one, no, not the last one. The last one on the stack, sorry. Made by Midway. It's like the granddaddy of first person shooters. This one's okay, but it's Doom 64. It's Doom for the 64. What more can you say? Play Doom. It's got a little bit more of a weird story to it and all kind of stuff. And I think that a lot of the blood's been kind of toned down and stuff like that because it is Nintendo. But that's it for that sack. All right, the next one. I really don't know much about this game. I really don't. Somebody can help me fill me in a little bit on it. But about Ocean. It's Fighter's Destiny. I'm not sure if it's a fighting game. I'm not sure if it's a beat 'em up. I'm not sure exactly what it is. If somebody can fill me in on that, that would be cool. Then, of course, we have no explanation needed. The Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time. A lot of people say this is the greatest Zelda game ever created. It's not. It's one of the best. I mean, it's one of my top five, but it's not the best one, in my opinion. But yeah, that's what started Zelda into 3D, and it is a great game. I don't think it's the best Zelda game. Well, okay, well, I may be wording that wrong. For a lot of people, it is the best Zelda game, and I know how Revolution. It's not my favorite Zelda game. That's what I was trying. It's not my favorite. So the one that is my favorite, though, is the sequel, The Legend of Zelda: Majora's Mask. And yes, I have the gold holographic. This is my favorite. I like how dark it is. I like the dark overtones. I actually kind of like the time system. Gives you a sense of urgency. So that, and I just like how dark it actually is. With the exception maybe Twilight Princess, there's no Zelda game that's been this dark. So then we have Madden 2001. It's Madden. It's football. Yeah, if you play one Madden game, you've played them all. Then we have Major League Baseball starring Ken Griffey Jr. It's baseball. I don't know. Some of these I just picked up for really cheap. So as you can see on there, $2.48. $2.48. So yeah. Give me 1 second. All right. Then we have second game in the series. First one was on Super Nintendo. A lot of people say this is the best one in the series. I can almost agree with that, but it's Mario Kart 64. Great game. A lot of people's personal favorites. I don't know what it is, but I just drop it all over the floor. Of course I did. Drop my controller. Alright. Anyway, good game. So, alright. Next one's another football game, but it's a little bit of a twist. Because with no penalties, you can beat the crap out of everybody and stuff like that. It's NFL Blitz 2000. It's football at its core, but there's like no penalties. You can go over there and body slam people and clothesline them and power drive them into the ground. And after they're on the ground, you can continue like elbow dropping them or all that kind of stuff. So it's kind of like football with a twist. Then we have NHL Breakaway 98. It's hockey. And I'm not even a really fan of hockey, but again, it was cheap, so I'm not even a big fan of hockey. You can tell me the name of a hockey player right now, and I probably wouldn't be able to tell you. I'm not a fan of hockey. Man, I don't think because besides like a couple minor league teams, hockey's really just not big around here. So then we have Pokemon Stadium. Bringing Pokemon there, you fight. You can bring Pokemon in from other like I think Red and Blue or something like that, and have battles in Coliseums and all kind of. Oh, Pokemon Stadium, not Coliseum. Pokemon Stadium. Coliseum for the GameCube. But you can have basically in a big stadium style have Pokemon battles. And to expand on that even further, Pokemon Stadium 2. It's more the same, but they added more, and I think they added gold and silver and stuff like that on there. So basically this is Gen 1, this is Gen 2. So then we have Star Wars Episode 1 Racer. This is pod racing. Yeah, it's a pod racing. It's a Star Wars racing game with pod races, pod racing and stuff like that. It's fun. It can be a little challenging. Some of those tracks can be a little challenging, but it's a fun little game. So then we have what a lot of people say might be like one of the better Zelda games. I mean, not Zelda, Star Wars games. A lot of people like this one. Personally, I like it too. It's Star Wars Rogue Squadron. A lot of people say this is probably one of the better Zelda. I mean, why do I keep saying Zelda? I got Zelda on my mind. Better Star Wars games. And so that I keep hearing how, I mean, it's actually pretty good. So then we have one of the most revolutionary games of all time. This mascot made it from 2D to 3D also. It's Super Mario 64. You don't know what Mario 64 is? You've been living under a rock. Go around. Peach has been kidnapped. You got to go around, collect collect Power Stars, defeat Bowser, rescue Princess Peach. And they made from the 2D to 3D, and some of the worlds are just so revolutionary, and it's a great game. It's probably one of the best games out there. Probably not only for the 64, but just period. So then we have Disney's Tarzan, platforming game based on the movie Tarzan. So it's kind of like the Lion King and Aladdin. It can be a little difficult at times, but I mean it's still pretty fun. And it's more 3D than anything, but it's basically a platforming game starring Tarzan. You swing on vines, you attack. It's fun. And the final N64 game I have is Wave Race 64. It's racing, but with jet skis. Yeah, it's fun. I mean, you go around on the water mountain, you go through the little thing. It's basically racing with jet skis and wave boats. So, all right, that's it for my N64 collection. Next up, so because it's kind of small, I'm going to do PlayStation 1, which is kind of small. And I'll go ahead and do my handhelds. Yeah. Because my handhelds, I had a lot bigger collections of my handhelds, but somebody stole my PSP and stuff like that. And my DS with a bunch of games. I mean, stole them right under my nose. So I'll go ahead and just clump them all up together. My PlayStation 1 games, and then my 3DS, PSP, and DS, and then any other handhelds I might have. So, all right, y'all have a good day. We'll do that next time, and have a good day.